Hello everybody, welcome to I believe the final show of the birthday celebrations. And the bad news for you guys is, it's the same old. It's me playing Banter Blitz, looking bored, complaining about the heat. This is new, because I'm in Madrid and it's like 18,000 degrees in this studio over here. So, instead of reminiscing and saying anything wise, let's jump right into it and play a bunch of chess games. We'll be here for 3 hours. By we, I mean me, but there might be some visitors. I believe our boy Pepe, he's gonna be entering this very studio shortly. Maybe he's gonna come hang out a bit. But for now, it's the usual. Me, myself, and I playing games of chess. I've been in Madrid for like 2 days now. I'm a little, how do you call this? Language brainwashed. I've been speaking my fairly lousy Spanish with the guys here, with David Martinez and David Anton. And what is this? I'm gonna do a bit of designing, which is one of my many fortes, if I dare say so, during this game, while we play the fearsome London system against Zimli. Don't you worry, I'll be back with you in a second, Zimli. I am aware this is a fantastic part of the show. It's a live look behind the scenes, with these shows being back to back. Very hard to do stuff in between. Yeah, let's make this smaller. Let's put it here. We also want to see Zimli's time. I would guess, maybe we don't. Maybe it's more exciting if we don't know how much time Zimli has spent. But, spoiler alert, for now, it's 2 seconds. Zimli is still in book, blitzed out g6, while I'm doing all the heavy lifting here. g6, I'm gonna go knight to c3, planning e4. If he stops me with d5, I'll play queen to d2, followed by bishop h6, and then checkmate him. And now I'll put this here. Alright, we're all set. Apologies. Do I feel sorry? I never feel sorry. Sometimes I do. They also have this funky mic here in the Spanish studio. I'm not sure, is it even switched on or is it just a prop? All kinds of things to use. Is this? What is going on? Queen d2. The bishop on f4 is not ideally placed, but I hope I can use it to go to h6 and exchange himself for this quite useful bishop on g7. Therefore, not making a big difference if it came via e3 or f4 or g2, g5 or wherever. e5 on the board. What do I do? Let's get this knight out. That's actually a modern mic. I have a similar one for on the road. It's a good thing. Maybe it's retro style. I don't know these things. Oof, was this a blunder? It's almost a blunder. Bishop h6, queen h6, knight g4. I have to go all the way back to d2 to cover f2. But that looks reasonably possible. There's the usual question, how to challenge there. If you hover over my name below the video, there should be an option to click on challenge, and then if you're a Chess24 premium member, you can challenge me to a 5-minute game or a 3-minute game. It's the birthday party. I'll accept 3-minute challenges in spite of my very advanced age. Queen e7. How do I win? Okay. I'll exchange this dude before it's too late. Hochjo is chiming in. Was ed knight takes d4 possible? Sorry, knight e4. I'm not following. Don't ask any complicated questions just yet. I'm still warming up here. And Fuchsia says C question mark premium only. As always, Fuchsia, but if you go premium today, which I'm sure you've been contemplating all day long, you get one of these mugs again. It's the signed mugs promotion. So what better day to go premium than today? I don't know. I'm not sure if anything I said was true. We have to be very careful with those things, but I think anybody who goes premium today gets a signed mag. Fill me in if that's true or not. People never tell me stuff. I just make up things. And I just make random moves like this one, hoping for tricks. C6, knight takes e5. Which might work, might not work, but I think it could work. Might, could, should. What I'm trying to calculate is c6, knight takes e5, knight takes e5, queen takes e5, f6. When probably I have to go for an exchange of queens to avoid losing the knight, which would be a pity, but it seems possible. Queen e7, now queen c7, and I remain a pawn up. We'll find out. Some discussion over who can challenge and who can't challenge. I'm sure technically everybody can challenge. I will only accept premium member challenges. I'm not sure how it was handled in the previous shows because I was sleeping. It's Spain, so you're doing like a siesta from 8. No, I think you wake up at like 10 a.m. Then you go out. Then you're awake till noon, and then you do siesta noon till 8. At least that's how I understand it. I'm not sure that is the truth, but whenever I'm in Madrid, I try to live like that. I'm not sure, was that offensive? It wasn't meant to be offensive. Big fan of Spain and big fan of sleeping. So, let me come to my senses. This will get better. It's the birthday show. It's a lot of pressure, you know. I have to do something special. I have to be even more entertaining than usual, which is very hard, you know. This horse, knight, as they say, is in a bit of danger of getting trapped, but I think it will find a way to sneak out, go to e6, or hopefully to e8. And the whole operation did net me a pawn against Zimli. I'm being told I kind of need the mic. Okay, let's put it closer. It seems like it's not just a prop then. King h8, what is going on? Let's make an instructive but very boring, arguably bad move. I want to stop him from going b5 just to annoy my bishop and potentially go rook b7. So I will do exactly that. Knight g7. Still no threat as far as I can see, so I can just continue improving my pieces. Go rook d6, followed by rook hd1. Take it from there. 98. If rook d8, aren't you pinned? Looks like you're pinned, left and right. This bishop is pinned and the knight is pinned. And now it doesn't work again. Ugh, why am I reading the chat? You guys are just confusing me greatly, which is very, very tough for me. Where's DBs when you need him? Maybe we don't need him. Then there's the problem with the MAC promotion that the masterminds keep coming up with, that whenever I mention it, the already existing premium members feel left out and say, why can't I get a MAC? I went premium before the MAC thing was there. How am I going to live my life without a signed MAC? And I fully understand that issue. I don't fully understand what Zimli is hoping for. Maybe he's hoping that I don't realize that I'm down to a minute and just keep talking nonsense and lose on time. There is always a chance, but it's not too likely, Zimli. It's less likely than the Dumb and Dumber Jim Carrey. So you're telling me there's a chance situation? I would guess. And Zimli does resign. Alright, let's play somebody else. Not sure who. That is always the eternal question. What about Lordify? Mr. Lordify. Ah, no, it's not Lordify, it's Lord Iffy. As if that made it better. You know what? I'm sick of this colorway. Can I change it? Probably I should go here. Any good colorways here? I think we need more colorways. This one looks, this looks very irritating to the eyes. Beautiful. It's just too bright. It's like daylight. The Slav by Lord Iffy. What does Lord Iffy even mean? I don't know. He plays the Slav A4 by far the main line. This E4 move is a bit of a gambit, allowing B5. I never thought it was very good for white. Between you and me, because you don't quite get enough. E6 is by far the main line, but there's other moves like bishop F5, AB, knight B4 or some insanity that I thought was playable too. B4, why don't they go B4? I guess I go away and this pawn is a little weak. Not sure. Yeah, I don't like the color either. Should I change it back? I can't go back and forth during the game. I'll do it after this game. Even Ice-T doesn't like the color. And Ice-T does know these things. XN says, who doesn't like it when Jan complains about everything? LOL. What should I complain about? XN? Still not a premium member. That's what makes me very sad. Because in order to reach more birthdays for Chess24, we gotta keep selling those premium memberships. And it's such a good deal if you're an aspiring chess player. Because you get... I haven't prepared my marketing speech. To my mind, it's a no-brainer. You get access to so much good content. For whatever it is, €9 a month. But I'm not in selling mood today. I'm also not in celebrating mood. Because I never am. I don't like birthdays, to be honest with you and me. Like... I think I stopped liking birthdays when I was maybe 12. Or no, let's say 13. Because up till that age, you're normally thrilled about your birthday. Because you get stuff, right? I got a Nintendo Entertainment System when I turned like 11. So I could play a lot of Mario Bros. But else, like, I don't know. I don't normally like reasons that society is giving us for being happy. Because I'm so comfortable being unhappy. That whenever there's one of these days where I'm supposed to be happy, I don't know how to act, what to do with myself. So today is one of these occasions where I'll probably be just grumpier than usual. I did watch The Grinch. It's one of my favorites, until he turned soft. No, seriously, The Grinch is a terrible, terrible movie. I don't understand how you can sit through it. Like every 5 minutes there's all these town inhabitants dancing around on the town square. Like the movie makes zero sense. I'm not sure if I've given enough strategic explanations about this game. Lord Iffy has tried to develop his knight on the queen side for a while now, while I've tried to build up on the king side, probably not very successfully, but I still like my chances of checkmating Lord Iffy in the mid-term. Mid-term? Long run? Short run? And it's Kadu Ortolan's birthday next week. I'm very happy for you, Kadu Ortolan. Happy birthday in advance. Which... do they wish birthdays in advance? Probably they don't, right? What happened to the camera? I was adjusted to Nino Anton, who's a chess giant, but he's not as tall as me. So probably, in order for you guys to enjoy my chess t-shirt, I have to sit like that. But then you can't hear me, and it might be an unfavorable angle. And no, Miktal, I have not seen the German series Jerks, even though I enjoyed the work of Christian Ullmann. How do I checkmate Lord Iffy? I don't know, let's put some pieces on the king side. That's normally a good start. If you have a numeric advantage, that tends to help. And it's Coco 2003's birthday next month. This is exciting. It sounds to me like a lot of members have their birthday this very year, 2017. So far we have 2 out of 2 people who have a birthday this year. Omoikain is asking, Jan, what are your favorite openings when you face an under 2000 opponent? All of them. That's the beauty of it. I'm so much stronger than under 2000 players. I can win in all the openings. Feeling real good about myself. Here, Lord Iffy has to find king to g7 in order to meet queen h4 with rook h8. I have a feeling he might actually find that. Then I might have to eat my words. He takes, which, okay, doesn't lose on the spot, but it looks very dangerous because he's weakening his dark squares. Forever. Forever, ever? I think I'll try to mate him slowly. Knight g5 was tempting, but I couldn't see a mate after king g7. So I'll go bishop g5. My plan is the highly instructive queen h4, bishop f6, knight g5, queen h7, or queen h8. And wow, the Dark Horde also has a birthday. Craig Evans says his birthday is February 29th, like Niklas Huschenbeet. Niklas Huschenbeet is like 4 years old. What else is going on? Now Niklas is probably older than 4, right? He must be 5 now, maybe? I don't know, I think it's counted differently for people who have their birthday on February 29th. I think they claim like they age 4 years every time they have a birthday. Why do we have this February 29th? Is there no more elegant way to do this? Like, why not have January 32nd every 4 years? What's the drawback? Like then, nah, same thing, yeah? Doesn't help. What about April? I don't know how many days April has. I don't know. I don't feel like February, with it being so short already. February 29th doesn't feel right to me. But I haven't thought this through, surprisingly. Why is this not checkmate? Lord Iffy, you deserve to be checkmated by now. Here? Chess Vazan says, can I play with you, Jan? Yes, but you have to become a premium member of Chess24 first. What are you waiting for? You get access to literally thousands of learning videos, to the tactics trainer, to premium only shows. We have a lot of exciting premium only shows these days. The Weikanzee broadcast with Peter Svidler and me was only for premium members. There's lots of good stuff for premium members going on. Helps keeps the site alive, helps keeping it ad free, helps, I don't know, all kinds of things. Helps me crushing Lord Iffy, because here knight g5, knight h7 or queen g7, something bad was going to happen to him. And our boy, Little New York Boy, says bishop e7 wasn't good enough there. Nah, many an option. Anyway, let's change the colorway back, because I don't like it either. Settings. What about this one? I think I used to use this one, and then I got tired of it as well. But now it looks fresh to me again, because I haven't used it for a while. It's like with everything. You don't use it for a while, it feels fresh again. Who shall I play? What about this dude? 2670? How can you be that strong? Cricket? Are you a cricket fan? Cricket? Or is that like the field cricket thing? I have to stick to my normal boring openings against such a strong player. Oh, but he's super fast too. Blitzing it out, reaching this position, which probably has been played like 8,000 times, no, probably more often. He goes a4 when rook b8, bishop b7, or b4 all have their pros and cons. After d4, you're supposed to go d6, and here, how do I recapture? Knight takes, pawn takes. Both are possible. I'll go knight takes, see what cricket has in store. Knight d2, I think I'm supposed to go here. Am I? I can't remember stuff. Celebrities, what do they know? Freebird, can I ask a serious question about becoming a premium member? Please ask a serious question, Freebird. I'm not sure I'll give a serious answer, but you can certainly ask a serious question. Knight d4. What am I supposed to do is a serious question. Knight c5, bishop d5. Ooh, looks scary. Rook b8, f4. No, that can't be it. Do I have to go bishop b7? I don't want to go bishop b7. Maybe I'm in big trouble already. Big trouble in Little China. This looks absolutely terrible because I'm losing sight of the f5 square, but I could not think of a better move. Yes, Freebird, all the videos are free when you become premium. And what other questions do we have? Alan Safar says, Jan, yeah, I'm a 13-year-old and I'm playing chess for 1 year and I'm 2200 FIDE. Can you recommend a coach to me? First of all, whoa, I've never heard of that. Playing chess for 1 year and you're 2200? I needed like 3 years or 4 years to get there. Okay, I'm a little slow, but anyway, congratulations. I don't know. Coach, the best thing is normally if you have actual access to him, meaning he can come see you, he's in your vicinity, I don't know where you're from, so try to find some dude from your neighborhood would be, or whatever, from, I don't know where you're from, but that's normally the priority, that you can have direct interactions with them, else there's so much on the internets, but yeah, I don't know, try to find a strong player that you get along with from your place. That would be my suggestion. Else, I'm sure there's many good coaches out there. I'm not much of an expert on the topic, to be honest with you. The topic I am an expert on is grabbing pawns. So I'm trying to get the c2 pawn or the d5 pawn. I hope he will let me have it. But I have a feeling Cricket might not enjoy giving me any of his pawns, which would hurt my feelings. Alan Safar says he's from Trinidad and Tobago. No grandmasters there. I see. I'm not an expert around these towns, but it sounds like a place where lots of grandmasters would love to go and do some chess teaching, right? How do I win? I already feel like I deserve to win, but I can't see how yet. For now, this bishop is pinned. I'm planning to follow up with rook f8 to keep it pinned, but then I still have to find a breakthrough. He's going to go b3. Now maybe I should have gone b3 actually. That was a little careless. Yeah, that was kind of careless. Quite careless actually. Makes me very unhappy. Queen e4, a good move. We'll find out. Takes, knight takes, bishop f4, knight c3 seems to work, right? Sorry if I'm talking to myself, but I guess that kind of is the nature of Banter Blitz. I was thinking about bishop f4, which looked logical, knight c3, which seemed to win material. I could be wrong, but it did feel that way. So if he can't do that, then it's going to be hard for him to stop knight c3, when at the very least I should win a pawn. Pebble Panda is asking, Jan, if I go premium, would Pepe sign my mug? I'm sure that can be manufactured. If Pepe can write. He found a way not to lose immediately. He's still losing a pawn, Cricket. But the game does continue. what are we discussing? Star Wars? I'm not a Star Warsian. First of all, yeah, I've talked about this in the past. I think it's weird we don't have a word for Star Wars nerds, like Trekkies or Cumberbatches. I know that's not the word. This bishop on c5 bothers me. Go away. Secondly, I did not watch the Star Wars stuff when I was 5 years old, or even 10 years old, so it doesn't have this magic that it seems to have for many people of my generation. For me, to me it's just speaking Muppets, really, with some random philosophy mixed in. a5? Why would I go a5? That's madness. The point is madness is because this pawn all of a sudden becomes a target. That was really, really unnecessary. Bad technique, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I've complicated my life greatly by playing this a5 move, which does not make me overjoyous. That was really stupid. I'm still better, but that was extremely dumb. Now I'm gonna shut up and look annoyed and try to win this game, because this a5 move really bothers me. Rook b2, rook c2. King d7 or an active move? That is the question. Let's err on the side of the active move. Oh, time is running out. Time to speed up a little. All right. Oof. Speeding up, I blunder all my pieces instantly. It's just sad how I'm playing. What have I done to deserve this? Well, I've played badly for starters. Oh boy. All's well that ends well, as they say. But yeah, that was lousy technique, as I'm sure you're used to if this is not your first time watching, but meh. This position was so winning. And yes, I will absolutely watch John Wick 2. Don't you guys worry about it. Arguably the best movie of whenever, 2014 maybe, 2015, John Wick. And I think it redefined this genre. It's better than Taken or The Equalizer. The Equalizer? Is that the Denzel movie? Any of these movies. The Accountant. What else is going on? Chem24 says, Jan, love your Nimzo Indian series. Nimzo Defense series. Thank you so much. Like it much better than the Slav against d4. Both of those are good openings. But yeah, Nimzo gives you some more options sometimes. Well, the Slav is a bit fixed. But I enjoy both these openings. To the extent that I can enjoy anything. Let's play Voleur de Poule. He plays e4, very aggressive. What's with all you people playing all these e4 moves? This is less aggressive. I will fianchetto my bishop in return, and bc has become very trendy here. Over the last couple years, I'm not quite sure why, but it looked like they are having high hopes for this knight h6, followed by castles, and then doing something clever plan. Well, the doing something clever part I found very appealing. Well, if white plays slowly like here, I'll just put my knight on f7 and stabilize the pawn structure. Often with this pawn structure, even though I have double pawns, it's in white's interest to undermine this double pawn, go a3, b4 or d4 at the right moment, so that black does not manage to fix the structure, slowly build up behind his pawn chain of armor, and then use the bishop pair to make something happen. So I believe this is actually a very good outcome of the opening for black here. Not saying I'm better. If he goes knight h2, preparing f4 or whatnot, he's probably alright. But this is what you would wish for if you played this line. What am I missing in the chat? Can I switch it so I see more chat? Like in the Spanish studio, they have this elaborate one screen design, which I'm not used to. I need 2 screens and lots of stuff. It's mainly because I need myself at like 1920 times 1200. And then I spent most of the show staring at myself. But here I have to coordinate more things on this tiny screen. Why is Jan playing a chicken thief? Voleur de poule means chicken thief? Pardon my French. Knight h2, very good. I hope you're not watching the show and waited forever for me to say that, because then you're gonna lose on time. Let's figure this out. De poule sounds like off chicken. That would make sense. Voleur is not a word that is in my active or passive vocabulary, but I'm gonna assume it means thief. So voleur de poule is in fact a chicken thief. As for me, I'm chicken, but I don't steal much. However, I am planning to expand on this king side, but of course it's just a smoke screen, so I can go after pawns on the queen side. Sometimes I have a feeling my style, my brand of chess is a little pawn grab heavy. But then again, I think a pawn is a pawn. Warrior 1 says, can you make more Grandmaster Repertoire series? Sure, I'm gonna do the 4th part of my series one day or another, where I'll cover all the excitement that is the London system, the Trompovsky, the whatever all the nonsense is called, d4, knight c3. So I'll do that one day, and then I'll have a look around. Always here to entertain you. Dr. Sausage, excellent name, asked, did you and P. Svidi ever do a Westworld commentary after Vike? I don't think so. We didn't finish it during Vike, so I had to wait for P. Svidi to watch it. Or did he have to watch for me? Once I had to wait for the other. We've discussed it, but I don't think we've discussed it on the air. Overall conclusion was it's good stuff, but it's a little, it felt a little like homework to me, just as it felt painful to miss knight c3 by voleur de poule, followed by rook a1, when all of a sudden his position makes way more sense than he deserved. So Westworld, I enjoyed the final 2-3 episodes. I'm not gonna give away any of the twists, because I know you people are always late watching series, so I don't want to spoil it for you. But yeah, it was a bit tough to get all the way there. How do I win this game is another problem I'm facing here. I could swap down and I'm a pawn up, but it feels like I gave away some of my advantage. Can I do anything better? Not sure I can. Which is a great pity. So I can't really keep my extra pawn without clumsying it up. I played this. And now rook a7, c5 was my point. But I'm not even sure about rook a7, c5 after queen a4. Is there any Banterton planned? I don't know, they're so physically challenging. So we need some insane people. I'm banking on Pepe Cuenca. I'm sure we'll do it again, but for now it's not planned. Pepe will arrive in a couple minutes to these facilities, though. Do we call it facilities? And we'll discuss. But yeah, the problem with these Bantatons is the idea always sounds fun, but then you're sitting there like playing 8 hours of Blitz, barely being able to mutter any words that make sense. And it's not fun for us or for the users. Speaking for myself here. But I'm sure we'll do it one day. Jalfred Puffrock says, just get Eric Hansen. Yeah, we're always happy. I'm a fan of Eric's, the chess brass, to get suggestions. I'll try. What else is going on? And Pebble Panda says, yay, Pepe is the best. I agree. Go premium, Pebble Panda. Carl Nearing says, I think the monkey is thinking about flinging some dillweed. No, the monkey is playing chess. He's weighing his next move. Which I should also be doing a little more here. Now h4 might be a threat all of a sudden. Why am I so weak? It's probably a combination of watching too much TV and not studying enough chess. Little New York boy is volunteering to do the Bantaton. Sounds good to me. Does it sound good to me? I'm not sure. Well, we need Bantaton auditions. I've watched many shows about auditions, so I'm a bit of a self-taught expert on that topic. Or castings, as they call it. And Chess Player 007. In general, I can answer all these questions that start with, do you have anything planned? The answer is no, because I literally have nothing planned. I've planned to go back to Hamburg on March 1st. That's the extent... Is it March 1st? Whatever next month is. That's the extent of my plans. So, in case you're wondering if I or Chess24 have anything planned, for me the answer is no. I can't speak for all the Chess24 plans, but no, there's nothing planned that I'm aware of. Still, I am happy for the suggestions, and we'll keep going. We are enjoying doing this 3 years in. Even though I don't enjoy birthdays, I still enjoy doing the nonsense talk and the commentary and whatever else. The deep opening analysis, teaching you people. And I enjoy crushing Voleur de Poule for all his crimes. But how do I do that? Maybe an innocent looking check? And no, it's not so innocent anymore, is it, Voleur de Poule? Now the going gets tough. He did spot rook b7, that's unfortunate. He's so strong. Stop being so strong, Voleur de Poule. I can't deal very well with adversity. We've discussed this. I prefer that you lose without any chance, and then we both marvel about my genius. How I'm juggling the chat and the chess game and the talking nonsense part. And we're both happy. Instead, you try to hang in there, you try to checkmate me, ruins all the fun. Now I'm once again gonna have to win on time, then make up excuses for my poor sportsmanship. It's a different vibe, you know, Voleur de Poule. Well, if you would just lose, without any hope really, then everybody would be pleased. Just saying. Knight d3, I should avoid going king a3. But I wasn't born yesterday. Because if I was born yesterday, it wouldn't be a birthday today. I'm gonna fake think a bit to make this look closer. Now that's why I don't get my wishes, because I am a mean person at my core. And my main thought behind doing all these shows is, how can I get you people to like me without really caring about you people? I believe that is a very common problem of our social media based society, which creates more and more narcissists and less conversation. But it is a problem, and I need to find some way to deal with it. Anyway, let's play somebody else. This got too real for a second. You know, sometimes when you forget to lie, that's always a problem. You gotta keep lying. Don't let the filters down. Let's play Hayo. A lot of J's there. Hayo. And yeah, thanks for teaching me about Flagstaff, Arizona. I was not aware of that being a real place. But it is a place. It's probably the one place I should go. And I kept playing 2 knight c3. This is very soft. I started playing it a lot in bullet. Somehow I got used to it. It doesn't make a lot of sense because after d5, this knight is just misplaced on c3. But I don't know. Little New York boy is asking, how do I withdraw my challenge? I have zero clue, but we can just make a deal that I won't accept it, and then it's gonna be like it's not there. Has everybody probably not, has anybody ever played chess with the pieces that are full of alcohol, like some chupitos? Yeah, I've played on a board like those. Van Kaal is wondering, tomorrow what shows will happen? Once again, same question. I'm not aware of any planning, but we have the whole gang here. All our Spanish friends. Pepe is here, David Martinez is here. I'm not sure about Nino Anton, but I'm hoping he's gonna stop by these days as well. So we'll do some stuff. Probably we'll do some stuff in Spanish, because I enjoy speaking Spanish. I'm terrible at it, but I still enjoy doing it every once in a while. And we haven't done a lot of Spanish videos today. So we'll try to do something for the Spanish community. I should probably do something in German at some point. You know, same old, but I literally have no plans whatsoever. Vavani Dulipala says, you always play below 2000. Learn from Svidler. He always plays higher rated players. First of all, I don't think your statement is literally true, that I always play below 2000. But it is true that I don't discriminate by rating. We're having this discussion every other show. For me, the main purpose of these shows is to give every premium member that keep this site alive and allowed it to get to its 3-year birthday a chance to play Grandmaster, even though if it only is me in this case. So yeah, I try not to make a big difference by rating, and I understand that for some people it makes the show more boring because they want to see me play stronger opponents, but you can't please everybody. And Bhavani Dulipala, if you don't enjoy it, there's very little I can do for you, but I prefer sticking with the policy of giving everybody the chance to play a game, even though I am aware that I'm a favorite against Hayo, and frankly, even against most plus 2000 players. But still, thanks for your input. Go premium and I will value it even more highly. I'm in full sales mode today. It's beautiful, right? And as for the position, I've made some moves without thinking enough. Actually, back to chess. I've been in two full-blown nonsense talk mode. See, I can't even control the word anymore. And I haven't spoken enough about the chess strategy. Here I want to go h5 and then hg and checkmate him. If he's gonna go h5 himself, I'll be very upset, and then I'll probably switch to some plan like bishop d3, rook dg1, g4 and checkmate him. It says he disconnected, which is very sad. I hope Hayo comes back. We're also discussing the name of my future state. That's always a discussion I'm willing to have. Yanistan, Yanada, United States of America. I don't know. I kind of like Yanistan, gotta be honest with you. Carnering saying, Jan's selling like Old Gil on The Simpsons. Very true. Old Gil is one of my heroes. Going out there, getting the job done, on the road. Do you guys see Magnus on The Simpsons? I only saw the very short clip where he gives Homer advice on Skype. Felt like, I don't know, did something go wrong with the sentences he was supposed to record? Or maybe he didn't feel like re-recording it? One sentence doesn't make a lot of sense, right? Where he says, when I heard a fellow chess player was in trouble, I Skyped him immediately, or I think that's what he was supposed to say, but didn't quite come out like that. I don't know. Please investigate while I'm checkmating Hayo. Pepe Panda says, Jan, pick the lowest rated players possible and bring back Pepe. I got the memo, Pepe Panda. You like Pepe and he's gonna be here soon. But for now, you're stuck with two choices. You either watch my show or you don't. But Pepe is not gonna be here for now. So I feel sorry about that. Even though I like him better than myself too, let's be honest. Oh boy, I'm very touchy today. Touchy-feely. Maybe it's the birthday blues. How do I checkmate Hayo? I am Preciso is not a Simpsons fan anymore. How dare you? Like, I'll admit I haven't watched it for 10 years. But Simpsons season 3 till 10, or maybe even season 3 till 12, is arguably the best television show of all time. And I'm saying arguably is because I just read a book called TV the Book that argued that exact same point. So, show some respect for The Simpsons. It used to be a fantastic show, and they have the world chess champion on it. So that's gotta be worth something. How do I get this done with? Thanks, ambitious porn. You're my See, I'm at a loss for words. Daniel Berning, Jan, I will go premium as soon as you make a show of the London system. Alright, Daniel. I'm not sure I believe you. Like, that's another branch that I don't trust. All these people. See, I'm doing a terrible job today. All these people saying, I will go premium if you do this and that. We're doing our best to provide a good product, but this, please do this and that, and then I'll go premium. You don't have as much leverage as you might think. That doesn't make any sense either, right? I'll stop. How do I checkmate Hayo? That's the only thing I should concern myself with. Family Guy is better than Simpsons. Yeah, I'm not sure I disagree nowadays. But once again, gotta respect the history. It's like saying, what is a fair comparison without insulting anybody? It's like saying Caruana is better than Capablanca. Is that true? No, I'm not sure that's true. My point is, I agree that Family Guy has made me laugh more in the last 10 years, let's say. But Simpsons, the early beginnings, really paved the way for anything comedy. And it's still March vs. the Monorail, season 9, or yeah, all these early seasons are so good. So, gotta respect the classics. Hayo did resign in the meantime, and instead of me being upset that not everybody's premium, which is very hypocritical, because I'm too cheap to go premium on like many a site that I follow. Like, I'm still not a New York Times premium member, which I really should be, or ESPN, or yeah, so many things. So I understand, but you also gotta understand. It's part of my job to not really sell it. I'm not a salesman, but to provide enough incentive for you guys to go premium so that Chess24 can keep going. That's the only income poor Chess24 has. Helter Skelter, let me crush you. 2400. 2405. I'll play the good old Nimzo, which I recommended in my series, and now whenever I play it I get embarrassed because I can't remember a single thing about any of the lines I gave. Here, I believe, for example, I gave c5 instead of d5, because I said d5 cd bothers me. And here, I did give the main line takes everything and b6. But I am not exactly very confident in me remembering any of the details here. The other day, somebody played knight e5 against me, which I think what he's supposed to do is take and then knight bd7. But that gives white some forced draws. Rook c1, what did I give here? Oh boy, I can't remember. I vaguely remember that in one of these lines I liked h6 followed by knight c6. Like normally after rook c1 the stand-up move would be knight bd7. I have a feeling I like this somewhere. Doesn't make sense though. Knight c6, d5, knight a5. Let's find out. Not sure. So that's what I mean with, yeah. You should watch my video series, it's excellent, but don't expect me to remember a single thing about it. We've had this conversation earlier with our boy DBs, that if you're not really an active chess player anymore, it's not so much that you stop looking at chess. We find opportunities to look at chess, but it's so hard to memorize lines if you don't have to remember them for yourself. Yeah, I'm not sure if that makes sense, but I have that feeling a bit, that even if I just did a video series about it, and I'm quite happy with it, since I don't really apply it or review the repertoire to use it in serious games much. Normally I can forget a lot of things very quickly. Still, this h6, knight c6, I have a feeling was played somewhere, or I have a feeling I liked it. And here, after rook fd1, I have two choices. Knight a5 looks logical, targeting this bishop, and knight b4 looks extremely logical as well. Gaining a tempo against the queen and keeping control over the, what's called the d5 square. Maybe instead of rook c8, which is a bit of an autopilot move, should have played knight h5. That's a very typical idea in these positions. Guess I can still do it. The point is, if you go knight d5, then white can go bishop g3. While here, bishop g3 I could just take. And knight h5 will more or less ensure the exchange of these bishops. Bishop b1 looks nice to set up a battery. The problem white has though is he doesn't have any square for his queen to actually get that battery going. Like e4, d3 or c2 are all unavailable to Her Majesty. Queen e3 looks like the normal move. When I'm planning to go queen f6, now I'm thinking about bishop e4 or knight e4. But nothing bothers me unduly. Not sure if this is forced, but felt alright. Not sure, maybe this was once again shortchanging. Is that the word? My advantage? I'm looking for tricks connected to queen g5. There it is. I had the feeling there was a trick. I just had to put the pieces of the puzzle together. But now I figured it out. Knight h3. If he takes, rook takes c1, rook c1, queen g5, and queen takes c1, well, he can't not take because f2 is dropping. Vicious Torn wants me to talk about El Nino. He's outside, he might be able to hear me, so I have to be careful with praise. But yeah, El Nino is becoming stronger all the time. They've been working very systematically and in a great way, in my opinion, with David Martinez for many years, like keeping it light, looking at all kinds of things, exposing El Nino to chess. And he's always had a great psychology, a great makeup for playing chess. He's competitive, but he doesn't beat himself up, he doesn't go crazy. So I've been a fan of El Nino for a long time, and now the results keep getting better and better. But he's always had good results, even this European Championship a couple of years ago. But Gibraltar, yeah, he can play eye to eye with the world's best. Expect him. No pressure, Nino, if you're listening, to reach 2700 soon. And yeah, this kid can go places. How old is he? Is he like 28 now? I always have a feeling he might not be a Nino anymore. But big fan of El Nino. My position is completely winning, but as often when it is, I'm slightly losing focus, which really is one thing one should not do as a serious chess player. I've been drifting a little bit, but I should still be in good shape. Knight g6, fg is check, which is nice. Else I'm threatening. Well, worst case scenario, something like queen h1 check. But yeah, this last maneuver will probably not enter the textbooks. Evans Gambit says, Jan, who do you think is better player right now, you or Karpov? Probably Karpov, frankly. Like, he might be, yeah, of course, he's older and more washed up, but he has so much chess culture that, yeah, I still think he's a better player than me. And sometimes he surprises you when he shows up in Bundesliga and just crushes a 2600 player. Can still play. So yeah, I'm afraid it's Karpov. How do I get this game done with? I don't know. Probably I once again have to take the dull but safe route. I don't have to, but it's how I roll. The time-honored wisdom. It's not important to win fast. It's important to win safely. And this position I will win 100% of the time. But I'm not very proud of myself, to be honest with you, that I had to exchange queens to do this. Oh, and Daniel Berning became premium just after I insulted him. See, that's that's the spirit. Just take the insults, go premium. I appreciate it. I'll play you instantly, Daniel Berning, because I'm so proud of my sales job, basically. Oh boy. And Helter Skelter does resign. Thanks for the game. Helter Skelter. What's a Helter Skelter again? And here we go. Write your complaints now that I'm playing another player rated below 2000, but I appreciate Daniel Berning supporting the good old Chess24 project, and I'm sure that London system video will come. He plays the London system. Whoa, let's see what you got, Daniel. d5 is the move I'll actually recommend, but c5 is a way to spice it up. Knight f3 is not ideal. I believe d5 or e3 are the moves you should play. After knight f3, cd, I have a feeling things could go wrong quickly, because after knight takes d4, which looks natural, you might run into a little tactic. e5, followed by queen a5 check, picking up a bishop. So that would be bad news. And now I feel bad. I bullied Daniel Berning into doing this, and then I trick him on move 4. It's a hard knock life. And now he keeps insulting me. Who's better at Blitz, Jan or I am Danny Ranch? Come on, Daniel. I'm washed up, but if it's trash talking, I don't know how good Danny Ranch is at Blitz. Let's keep the action going. Of course, a piece is a piece, so I could do many a thing, but knight e4 looked cute. Queen e4, bishop c3. And Pebble Panda doesn't want to be premium anymore after this. I don't want you around either, Pebble Panda. I think we can reach a happy non-premium marriage over there. Chess player 007 asks, Jan, are you afraid of playing Niklas Huschenbeet in Bangkok? Not particularly, no. I mean, Niklas is a good player, but not really. I enjoy going to the Thailand Open too much that I don't really worry about any of the opponents. And I don't know, does this sound strange? I think saying I'm afraid of playing this player or that player won't get you very far in as a chess player. Like, I'm a chicken and I normally worry a lot about my next opponent, and I've made many draws out of fear. But this saying, oh, I'm afraid of facing this guy or that guy, why would you be afraid of facing anybody? Everybody has their ratings and you should embrace playing people. So I think, I don't know, this might sound strange. Of course you have people against whom you have better or worse results and so on, but I think it's a weird thing to say that you're afraid of playing anybody, really. Having said that, I'm afraid of whoever I'll be playing next. Hashtag drop Jan from 3000 is what Blackmar says. That's one thing that I honestly... why is this becoming such a self-conscious show? One thing I honestly don't care much about is online ratings. This used to be very different as well. When I started playing on the internet in, when was it, the late 1990s, I believe 98, on another platform. I'm sure you guys can figure out which one. I was very concerned about ratings, and it felt great because I could, well, I was a strong international master when I started playing, but I could beat famous grandmasters and reach higher ratings than them, and it felt like, yeah, vindication, a window into this big chess world. But after some years of being addicted to online blitz, you realize that, yeah, it doesn't really give you anything. It doesn't get you a lot of things in the real world out there. So I'm always competitive when I play a game, any blitz game, even this Banter Blitz. I really want to win, as you guys have probably seen. But online ratings is not something I'm very concerned with. I just get upset about becoming weaker. Like, I feel like I'm a weaker blitz player than a couple of years ago. And that annoys me. But the ratings, they're so inflated anyway, and depending on which side you're playing, then yeah, really, they don't matter. Having said that, I'll do anything to keep these 3000. As for this game, I'm a piece up, so I'm gonna win. But I enjoy... Do I enjoy it? I feel less guilty that the game lasts a bit, because I feel like I would have cheated Daniel Burning if he would have resigned after move 4. Anka93 is wondering, hey Jan, how can I challenge you? Sorry, I am new. No problem, Anka. You hover over my name, which should be below the video. And then you click on challenge. And there you go. Jan, how old are you? Today we're all 3 years old, because Chess24 celebrating its 3rd birthday. 3rd birthday since the launch. Me, I'm extremely old. I'm 29 for 8 years now. Is that how you count it? Or is that only what women do? No auto queen? How can I flag people if there's no auto queen? I have to rectify the situation instantly for future flag jobs. Settings. Auto promote to queen. There you go. Sometimes my Germanness comes through and I say auto promote, but maybe it's my Spanishness. Tricky which one to pre-move. Yeah. I think this is technically faster. Yeah, thanks for the game, Daniel Berning. And yeah, as for the opening, if they go to c5, don't play knight f3. You gotta do something about this situation. d5 is interesting. I believe the trend is moving towards d5 here. Or you can go e3, where you gotta be ready for some craziness like this. But this, I believe this line is actually a draw. This is a bit out of fashion. So d5 is probably the move you want to look at, and the move why I will give 2 d5 in my real series. Who's in? Who not? Another little secret that I shouldn't be sharing with you, but I will, because in the Hamburg studio I started using makeup recently. They have this hair stuff which I put into my hair, and they have this stuff, I think, Miss Tactics and Miss Strategy left there, which you put on your face. But we don't have any makeup in Madrid, so I'm gonna discuss with DBs how ridiculous we look if we go to Spanish, what do they call this? I don't know the word in Spanish makeup store and get some for the studio. It's just looking professional, right? This is TV in front of tens of viewers. We gotta wear some makeup. Not sure I'll get a majority on that topic. Let's play somebody else. What about Fal 242? Problems with the board? Nah, looks fine to me. Did I misplace it earlier? Then I apologize sincerely. We are playing against Fal 242. See? Jan looks sleep deprived today. That's the lack of makeup I was talking about. I've been sleeping all day. It's just old age, my dear boy. Can someone block Mats Thaler? If we have any mods around here. And board is fine now. Looks like. I hear movement outside. DBs, what's going on out there? H3, that's not the main move. We're discussing in Grunfeld mainline where DC5, Queen A5 is what they used to do. H3 makes some sense actually, because if he wants to go ED, then it's important to not allow me to go bishop to G4, but still does not look like it should be a main priority in this position. Bishop e2, now it feels very logical to take. Now that this bishop has moved once, he's gonna have to spend another tempo on going here. This bishop on f4 is also not ideal. We sort of have a Tarash with colors reversed, but white ideally would like to have castles instead of bishop to f4. Nothing too bad has happened, but I would already slightly prefer black here, because the d4 pawn is a little weak. Divis, llegó Eugenio Cuenca. La gente no me quiere por aquí. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Ha llegado Pepe o no? No. ¿Cuándo llega? Que la gente le echa mucho de menos.
11 y algo.
11 y algo. Uf. Terrible news, people. Mr. Cuenca won't arrive till 11 something. So it's just us. Sleep deprived us here with you. ¿Le vas a recoger a la puerta?
No voy a cenar.
Joder, qué bien vive Divis, ¿no? And I shouldn't curse even in Spanish live on the show. Venga. Showing off my extremely limited Spanish there. Ambitious Pawn is asking for series recommendations. What have I been watching? I haven't had that much time to watch. There's one series. This is gonna sound very cheesy. Maybe it is, but I really think it's great. It's called One Day at a Time. It's a remake of some sitcom that I didn't watch from the 80s or whatever. And it's, yeah, they re-put it into 2017. It's about a Cuban-American family in Echo Park, Los Angeles. And it's not about anything special, just dealing with general issues, but it's fantastically acted. And it has there's real, how do you call this? I don't know, because I lack heart. But there's real heart in the writing. I found it both very lighthearted, binge watching, and very touching. So I highly recommend One Day at a Time. It's just 20-minute episodes, so it's an easy watch. But yeah, that one I thought was great. Else, I don't know, I'm not so much up to speed with what the cool kids are watching. They say this The Young Pope is very interesting. I tried watching it, wasn't able to do it. Like, I couldn't hang in there. What else is there? What's this? No, I don't know. Must be others out there. But yeah, One Day at a Time. It's not the usual type of series I would recommend, but I really, really liked it. Okay, let's focus on this game again. One game at a time, because I don't think I've handled it particularly well. Knight a4 is a pleasant surprise, because after knight d5 I'm back in the driver's seat, covering b6 and controlling all the important squares. But my pieces, they do look a little bit all over the place. DBs, power is off in 5 minutes to save energy. Press any button to prevent the power off. Is this any button? Probably not. Maybe it was any button. We'll find out. People are inquiring about Hannibal, the old show? I don't know. I mean, it got good reviews, but it was this weird mix of gory stuff, and then they talk for like half an hour in the psychiatrist's office, and you forget the very second they're done talking what they talked about. So I thought Hannibal was a bit overrated, not a big fan. This Taboo, yeah, with Tom Hardy looking cool and chewing stuff and speaking weird accents, is probably a show I should watch. I probably enjoy it. I haven't gotten around to it yet. As for the game, Queen b5 looked like an annoying move for him to meet. Because after Queen b5, ab, Knight c3 drops material. Queen e5, I'll go here, and I quite enjoy my position. Pawn. Bishop. Do I have to be careful? Fe Queen e6 check, is that an issue? Could be a bit of an issue. Let's do it. Knight g5, and I have to be a little attentive not to get checkmated. Knight e5 is also possible, but I thought I could just take it. Now 6 Queen e7 also worked, Knight d7, but this looked easier. Now if he goes Queen e5 again, now I can go Knight f6 and Queen e7, Queen f7, keeping most of my extra material. Well, Fal 242, admirable, tries to pose fresh problems, but I think he's only making things tougher for himself. Can I go here? Hopefully. Checkmate. What about Mr. Hupfdude or Hupfdude? But I guess it's Hupfdude. I'm not 100% sure. How could I be sure? What does Hupfdude mean? Is that a German expression? I should probably know, but I don't. He goes b4. He has a picture of an orangutan, and he plays the orangutan. That's, well, consistent at least. I believe the textbook reply is to go for this, which is supposed to be better for black. I always have slightly mixed feelings about giving up a central pawn for a dumb b pawn, because it requires me to play sort of aggressively. Which button do I have to press to stop this power off here? This is really starting to get to me, this message. Okay, I pressed a bunch of buttons. I don't know if I stopped the power off or not. What other buttons are there? I don't know. Bishop f6, you can't do that, Hupfdude. That's a crime against the laws of chess. This is a bishop. Keep it. Go bishop e2 or c4 or whatever. But bishop f6 you can't do. This develops my pieces and you give up the bishop for nothing. I'm not a fan. I'm hoping cb4 is not a threat yet because of queen a1. So I want to go d5, put this bishop on d6 and see what happens. Elival says, Jan, do you think you will ever get to 2700 feet rating? No, I will not. I'm retired. I've been retired for like 5 years now, more or less. 5-6 years. All I ever play is some games on board 8 in the German Bundesliga and the Thailand Open. So no, I won't get to 2700 feet rating. But I will probably get to... Now I was gonna say something about the Chess 24 rating, but after the long speech I gave earlier about how it doesn't matter, that doesn't feel very consistent. Alan Safari, Jan, if you're playing a game, it will automatically cancel your challenge? I don't understand. I have plenty of challenges, so I'm not sure. Knight b6 was a weird move. I'm not really paying attention. I have to start paying more attention to these games because this knight didn't belong on the queen side. A knight on b6 is always misplaced, as I say. It belonged doing something on the king side. It is like 8,000 degrees in here. Where's DB's? I think DB's went. DB's left. But this heat is crushing. And again, I think my Spanish friends have a different conception of heat and cold. Because when I arrived it was like 13 degrees, which is the warmest I've seen in probably literally in 6 months. And they said, we can't go outside, it's Polar. It's freezing cold. So yeah, it's just different levels of comfort. Well, Hupfdude is playing very well here. I've played badly, but he's sort of outplayed me over the last couple moves, making lots of progress after I harshly criticized his decision to give up a bishop. He's played nothing but good moves, and now he's in perfectly good shape after, let's say, castles. Don't have anything. Alan Safar says, the problem is that I challenge you and then he went on to play a game with someone. Yeah, I think then the challenge disappears, which is logical, right? Imagine I would take your challenge while you played a game with somebody else. That wouldn't work. So nothing I can do there for you. 8,000 degrees and no makeup. Jan is suffering. 8,000 degrees and no makeup should be the title of my autobiography. Thanks, Karl Nehring. Here after queen d4, I'm still I'm screwing around. This is arrogant me, thinking I'm gonna win anyway because I outrate Hupfdude by so much. Which is probably true, but still not the right attitude. And I've really given him way too much to work with here over the last couple of months. Alright, so how can I rectify that situation? Rook e5 a good move? Looks very bad, but I'll do it, playing for cheap tricks. Now even the cheap tricks don't make sense. My cheap trick was if he castles I want to go rook takes d5, queen b2, but even then he can take either of my bishops, so I haven't really achieved anything. So yeah, kudos to Hupfdude, who has been outplaying me for a while now, ever since the opening. Not sure what he's thinking about now. Queen d5 looks fairly obvious to me. Because queen f6, gf, I'm material up. Queen a7 was also not the solution. So queen d5, queen b2, and then it's a decision which bishop you take. This one is this one. Well, queen f6. Now I'm just a piece up, and Hofdude spoils the fruits of his earlier good moves. Now he's just gonna be a rook down, just too much, and therefore he has to resign. Thanks for the game, Hofdude, which was really well played until queen takes f6. Alright, I think we've reached almost halftime of this birthday celebration show. And what a celebration it is. Cranky Jan in 8000 degrees without makeup, using the third person as himself. But what I wanted to do is show you a little clip about the last 3 years of Chess24, produced by our boy Jose Huwaidi, who's been doing great work with these clips. I haven't seen it myself, but I'm looking forward to it. So let's see if I manage to switch it on and put the sound on. I'll try my very best. I'll be back crushing all of you in 5 minutes or however long it takes.
This is like a first date and you're really nervous. Oh man. This is... You guys are killing me. Can you guys be... I thought it was a 5-minute game for some reason. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh man. Okay. This is bad. This is like a first date and you're really nervous. Oh man. Oh man. This is... You guys are killing me. Can you guys be a bit gentler, please?
if I want to make a draw, I just play bishop f7 and change. And,
yeah, but again, I thought
I
bishop
was trying,
h7.
I don't know, here I'm not sure I did it in the right way.
Bishop
I
h7,
wanted
there was
g5,
some...
but g5 I was g5 maybe immediately.
Wow, that is a cute finish, and congratulations to the old and new world champion.
Yeah,
Wow.
I keep on. I know it's a minor point, but this actually is incredibly impressive, considering just
For the history books, this is a big one.
considering just how winning the position after Queen G3 is. To go for this with 2 minutes on the clock, to be so sure in your calculations, to go for this. I'm very, very impressed.
And we're back. Hope you enjoyed the video. I liked it. Good work by Jose once again. 3 years of chess. What do we have in 2017? Is this a slow year? See, we get nothing, right? No World Championship, no Olympiad, no candidates. But now there's gonna be good stuff. I look forward to some of the super tournaments are gonna be very cool. The Norway chess, I think, has the top 10 in the world. Granke is gonna be fun with Carlsen, Caruana. Who else is there? I can't remember a thing. Grand Chess Tour is still going. Bunch of good stuff out there. But yeah, it's normally the even years have the World Championships. Is that correct? I don't know stuff. Let me play somebody else. An energy drink in the break, which makes me a lot more burpy, if that's a word. So that's normally a great thing for the show. Who's that? Parivi from Norway. Is Parivi there? I understand that it was probably a bit hard to maintain the level of panic, of fear of being caught next over the break. But looks like Parivi is not with us, so I have to take somebody else. How about Prison Mike? What is this? Prison Mike is from Mexico? Tempted to make the same old firewall joke again, but I'm not going to. Mexicans very welcome here. Prison Mike? That does look a bit scary, however. The combination of the name, the profile pic, little scared of you, Prison Mike. I'm not gonna lie. What do I do here? My go-to move is probably knight c3 playing the Nimzo, knight f3 second place, g3 third place. Let's go in the middle and play knight f3, b6. Queen's Indian is making a comeback. Like, it went out of fashion because there's lines after g3, bishop a6, b3, and also queen c2. Black was suffering, but a lot of top dudes started playing b6, followed by bishop b7 now. Now just bishop e7, castles, knight c3, knight e4, and white has not really shown any consistent ways to get an advantage. So the Queen's Indian is very much back on the map. c5, you always have to be ready to deal with d5 in these positions. A typical tactic is after ed to go knight to h4, making sure that you get your pawn back because of this pin. While castles, if you're not careful, well, if you castle, you're not careful because you're dropping a bishop, which is trapped on e7. Nowhere to go, and therefore Prison Mike resigns. Sorry about that, Prison Mike. Let's play another game of chess. How about Akuma Trap? From Turkey. And it's time to get on the bandwagon and play the Gioco Piano. That is all the rage with the cool kids. All the rage or all the rave? I always get that expression wrong. All the rage, right? With the cool kids nowadays. Castles is interesting. Everybody used to play c3, knight f6, d3 before castles, but then they started figuring that if you go c3, knight f6, d3, castles followed by d5 is interesting. So people start delaying c3, which gives you some more options if black goes for a quick d5. I just had this position with the black pieces in my Bundesliga game against Lukas van Foreest, the younger brother of Jordan van Foreest, and a chess 24 regular as well. d3 goes d6. This, allows many options. a4 is a typical move. c3, now that he's committed to d6, is quite logical as well. h3 is a move they often play in these positions, but I do recall that h3, if black hasn't castled yet, is normally well met by h6 followed by g5, so you should be careful with that. There's a question if I accept friend requests. Sometimes I accept them, but frankly I'm not very disciplined about it. I wait till I have a lot and then I just click through them. However, I don't do it on a regular basis. And I think it literally gives you 0 advantages. Is that true on chess 24? To be friends? I don't know if that's true. But yeah, I'm not very socially active on chess 24. Because I am a horrible person. Bishop a7. I'm trying to get the details right here. This Gioco Piano was resurrected. I believe Wesley So was one of the main reasons, because he came up with this idea of playing a4 and knight a3 in many positions really, which sometimes is just meant to go knight c2 followed by bishop e3 when you save sort of a tempo on your way to e3 with the knight, while normally it had to go knight d2, rook e1, knight f1, then bishop e3. You save on where is it? Yeah, rook e1. But there's many other points to it as well. I'm not that familiar with them, so I'm just making general statements. Many other points. Makes a lot of sense. Well, if black castles and goes d6 without having played h6, you can go for this bishop g5, bishop h4, as I did, which leads to very double-edged positions if black ever decides to go g5, breaking that pin. I don't know, I'm always worried with it when I'm black, so I felt like I should put my money where my fear is and do it with white. But you could certainly make a case for it not being the right thing to do in this very position. Now the position is very double-edged. Black weakens his king side, but white has his bishop on g3, which is kind of out of play for a bit. So it's a very complicated position, and one I still struggle understanding, but certainly leads to very interesting play. Can I go d4 here? Not what you typically do, but it looks interesting right here, right now. Takes. g4 maybe? Not so sure. Let's do it. Now CD g4, I'm not quite sure what's happening, even though it feels like I have good compensation after knight h4. But I believe I can just avoid all this unpleasantness by going knight takes d4 after knight e4. Am I not winning material? Feels like I should be winning material somehow. Let me figure this out. I could go f3, then I'm self-pinning, which is annoying. Or I could go queen g4, let's say, which also looks tempting. Then rook a8, knight f5. Not so easy, huh? So what happens after f3? Let's find out. I don't know, I have an uneasy feeling about f3. It was probably wrong here, d5. Yeah, it was bad. Oh boy. Which is normally a sure sign. If I say, oh boy, something's gone wrong. But the game continues. Unfortunately, I can't go bishop e5 because of queen e5. So I gotta take here. And then we'll take stock. Once the dust settles. I'm a piece up, which is the good news. After bishop b2, I have to figure out what to do. Do I want to throw in e5 or not? Not yet. Very strange position. Maybe I should have thrown in e5. You never know. How many pawns does he have? Okay, it's not so important. It's more about activating my pieces. Or is it? I don't know. That's not a sentence I should ever say. It's always about the pawns. Yeah, I don't have a feeling I did a very good job here. If you can get f5 in, things aren't looking up. Oof, did I blunder? Oh, that'd be even worse. Yeah, I just blundered. Oh. Problem is rook c7, rook c3, b5. It's just winning a piece. Yep, real big trouble here. I'm gonna lose this one. That's unfortunate. Not even tricks. Are there any tricks? I can't see any. Nope, doesn't look like. That is a pity. Yeah, just a blunder there. Interesting game against Akuma Trap. But now I'm just dead lost. And I'm also not very good at generating tricks in dead lost positions, which is a skill that I don't really possess. But okay. The problem with dead lost positions is they are dead lost. And yeah, it doesn't look like he's gonna forgive me for any of my sins. Hoping for rook h4, queen h4, but that might be a little transparent. Transparent? Nothing better than taking and eating more humble pie. I won a pawn, but I'm still 2 pawns down, which means I'm still dead lost. Which is a pity. Oh, did I run into mate or something? After some thought he went for this, which means I must have blundered something. Oh yeah, in general. It's the same dead lost problem that I had earlier. This might not be so easy actually, because you sort of have to generate... maybe it is easy. Yeah, it is easy. My apologies. I thought it wasn't that easy, but it is. Maybe it's not. Point is... Now I outsmarted myself. That was dumb. I won on time. Apologies for that, Akuma chap. You certainly outplayed me in that one. My point was somewhere here. Okay, I blundered. But this endgame after King D2, okay, we didn't have time anymore, but if I go Rook B8, I think it's not so easy to make progress. Because this never works for black. Here after G4, G3, I can just go King G2. And I'm not sure if there is a Zugzwang that allows you to get the G4 pawn. So I have a feeling that this might actually be a draw, but I'm not 100% sure about it. Anyway, Phlegistan is back, and I'm very fake sorry, because we all know I'm not that sorry, about this game against Akuma Trap, who completely crushed me. Let's play against Habit Noir. Dark habits? What are your dark habits, Mr. Habit Noir? Are you a habitual line stepper? French FTW points out you want a passed F pawn on this one. Yeah, of course it's winning with the passed F pawn, and it was probably winning earlier if he doesn't put his pawn on B2. But there, that endgame itself might be a draw. Anyway, yeah. There are no heroes in Phlegistan. And we're playing another Italian after I just showed my great command of these positions in the last game. Let's do it again. Why not? Bishop G5 before castles, before black castles, is even more madnessy because you allow H6 G5 with an attack towards your king, while the black king is has not even weakened his shelter. But nowadays people are so annoyed, or not even annoyed, so concerned about all these boring Berlins or even the classical A6 Spanish is not doing too badly, that they're willing to go into all kinds of scary directions to avoid those. Oh, why didn't I take on F6? I'm really not playing well. Yeah, that was more madness. Dreaming here and not going bishop takes F6. Now we'll get a slugfest against Habit Noir. Race on opposite sides, and frankly I don't feel like I'm having a head start here. H5 is coming so quickly. Then again, A4 also came very quickly. I don't know, A5 is what he should do. I wish I was a better attacker. I wish I was a little bit taller. Not really, I'm pretty tall. Complicated. D5. D5 feels wrong. Yeah, D5 can't be the way to go, because now E5 lost his cover. Badjabani is a fan of Taboo. He's saying Taboo is fantastic. I should check it out. I've heard like strong dislike and strong like of Taboo. But if it's polarizing, at least it's an interesting. Blim Blam the Clorblock asked, was it a Seinfeld reference? What? I wish I was a little bit taller? No, that's not a Seinfeld reference. That's CeeLo. Showing my age. Classic 90s. Is that even rap? I don't feel like it's rap. It was more of a one-hit wonder situation, right? But still often referenced in current pop culture. Blah, blah, nonsense. The Dark Horde rightly points out, who wants to be a baller though? Yeah, that's fair, but what's the definition of baller? Knight E3, can't I just take? I think I can just take... I'm not sure what the definition of baller is. It's just somebody who has money, basically, right? He's a baller. Or I think it's someone cool who has money, maybe? I don't know. Not sure. I haven't watched this show, Ballers, even though I feel I would probably get addicted to it. I got very addicted to Entourage, and it feels like it had a similar premise. Yeah, it's Skilo. Did I miss? I said Silo earlier, right? Yeah, Skilo. My apologies. Let's play against Ewald Matschwald while we're discussing how tall one should be. I'm pretty tall. I'm like 193, 6'4" in US people lingo. I feel it's slightly too tall, but not much. Like, I think 6'2" would be even better. Then again, nah, it's not high on my list of things I wish I could change. My height. High on the list? What is this system, Ewald, Matschwald? Is this something you studied? Queen c2, what do you want to do? You want to go d3, e4, I'm guessing, yeah? So I should stop you from getting your little plan in. Now, if he goes g3, it's going to look like a Leningrad reversed, or even if he goes e4, it's still going to look like a Leningrad reversed. But I haven't committed to g6, bishop g7 yet. However, in fairness, I probably will, because it looks like this is where my bishop belongs. The castle's queenside, extremely aggressive. Good old Ewald Matschwald, putting a lot of pressure. I don't know, I've never seen this idea of castling queenside in the structure, but that doesn't mean it has to be bad. I have to figure out how to get a semblance of counterplay. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I was gonna put it here, but then I thought queen a4 might be annoying. Then I decided to go for tripos connected to, I don't know, some knight b4 or knight d4. Something along those lines. Knight d4 looks good, right? Or can I go knight b4? I don't know. General, if there's... Oh yeah, the board. My apologies. This sometimes happens. It should not happen that often, but it does sometimes happen. Oh, and I wrote Zub, Spanish keyboard. The good thing is I noticed it for the sorry. So first I was gonna write Zub Zors, but then I corrected myself to Zub sorry. But yeah, I am very sorry. I do forget the board once in a while. Not that often, but because I've done this mistake so many a time that you would think I would learn from it one day, but not really. Anyway, knight e3 he should take and probably go knight f6 check. That's what I was thinking about when I decided that the opposite color bishops favor me, because my bishop is such a baller on this long diagonal. He doesn't go knight f6 check. Fair enough. Man, queen d4, what does he want? Queen c3? Okay, I'll put the bishop here. It's just too nice a piece. Let's try to open proceedings up. Proceedings? Open the position up, let's say. How much time did we go boardless? I mean, we've been going bored for like 2 hours. That I understand. But boardless for 3 minutes, maybe? I don't know. It's part of the fun, isn't it? Knight g5. Alright. BC, DC, I'm kind of self-pinning. Then queen b6, I'm self-unpinning. Oof. Back and forth. Can I take this? I'm so greedy. Nah. Gotta show some chess culture once in a while. And unpin before grabbing pawns. Baller bishop confirmed. Baseball hat for his mitra. What are we talking about? Rook e2, gimme, no? Queen d5 problem? Nah. Okay, pause for thought, literally. b3, e6, queen has to abandon diagonal, rook b3 should somehow win. That is the current plan. b3 looks reasonably forced, unless he wants to go rook d4 or whatnot, but that just loses. So, things are looking good. Evan's Gambit is asking if I can dunk, and the sad truth is I don't think I can. Like, I have zero vertical lift. I have a feeling I'm tall enough that with some practice I should theoretically be able to get there, but I'm pretty sure that as of today I can't dunk on a normal rim, which is a bit sad. I also can't calculate if this is checkmate, which is also sad. But it just feels like checkmate. Sometimes you just gotta go with your feel. What's a rook when you can checkmate? Is this actually checkmate? Has to be. It's checkmate T. Checkmate adjacent. The problem is I could, he resigns because king a2, queen b3 is mate. Well, rook b2 I can take. So yeah, apologies for not full board view, since I know you guys are very interested in these blitz games. I'll show you the first couple moves. Was some weird stuff like this. Where here, long castles is extremely aggressive. I have a feeling probably overzealous. You should probably play something like this when we get a reverse Leningrad. The long castles, interesting. And when I got in this, I think somewhere around here, we got a board view. I was doing quite well. Alright. One more game. How many hours do we have left in these birthday festivities? Another hour? I hope the Quankmaster will join. I hope we'll have a little birthday party with the Spaniards. But I think there's going to be a lot more in Spanish tomorrow, because then we'll have the full crew in place. And you know how Spanish people are. Once again, I'm joking. They are not so much into celebrating the very same day. It's more of the mañana philosophy. They said, okay, birthday on Friday, let's do shows on Saturday. So that's what we agreed on. And I will, in the meantime, play against Mr. Yum. Or Yum? Yum. He goes e4. And what better opening than the Scandinavian? And the answer is e5, the Sicilian, the Caro-Can, the French, the Alekhine, the Modern, the Perch. But then the Scandinavian is right up there. I'm out of book after knight f3. What am I supposed to do? They go here? I don't know. Probably this is not the way to handle this. Looks like Yum knows his way around these parts though. No, I don't think Kramnik can dunk. Maybe he can. I've played basketball with most of the top 10 guys. They can't dunk. Peter Heine also can't dunk, even though, yeah, he should be able to, but he's also a bit heavier than me, so he needs, to lift more weight there. Grishuk can't, who's also reasonably tall. Yeah, maybe no one can. I can't play this position, that's for sure. Where do I go with the queen? Queen h5, but then what do I do after h3? Position is not good enough to just give the bishop. Queen f5 also looks a bit insane. The whole position looks terrible. Why do people play the Scandinavian? Probably because I studied it. Alright, where do I go? Where do we go now? This looks horrible. Knight h4, bishop e2. At least I'm not losing on the sport. But what to do? Blue Car is wondering, who are the most sportive chess players? I don't know how you define it. Nowadays, most of the guys work out. Magnus is well known for doing lots of sports. I don't think he enjoys the gym, but he's constantly playing football, basketball, going hiking, climbing the mountains, all kinds of things. But yeah, most of these guys do sports. Karana started doing hitting the gym now as well, as far as I know. He is becoming more sporty. And then, yeah, most of these guys are quite active sportively. Sportively? I think that's the word. Topalov always been in prime physical shape. Some people have seen some Bobby Fischer documentaries, so they say he was the most sporty. I don't know. We've all seen these Bobby topless pictures. What's going on here, Yum? Are you gonna checkmate me? No, Vichy does go to the gym. Pebble Panda is trying to be a bit harder to be unlikable. We've already established it, Pebble Panda. You don't have to try so hard. Yeah, Anish, I think Anish went to the gym for the first time in his life during Sinquefield Cup. At least that's the reports I got. I think these super young guys, they don't feel the need to, because they're in good shape anyway. If you're like 20, 21, you don't get tired during chess games, and they probably don't put such a high, unless they just enjoy doing sports, such a high value on it. But the slightly older guys, they're all very much into working out these days. But of course, if you're a chess player, the main goal is not to build up muscle mass, but to just be in the best shape for making it through a potentially 6 or 7 hour chess game. So, yeah, I'm not sure how professional guys are about what type of training they should be doing. I'm sure there's room for improvement there. But in general, in our narcissistic age, it's become so common to go to the gym anyway. That, of course, for chess players, top chess players, it's very useful, and there are gyms everywhere, so they've become a lot more accessible. That they all start to go there. Good point by LERXCT. You talking about practice? Not even talking about a game. We're talking about practice. I'm not sure if this maneuver made any sense really. Is bishop h2 followed by bishop e5. I'm still struggling to find ways to break through against Yum. I'm feeling very much like a fish out of water. And that's not a very smart fish to begin with when I'm dealing with these weird Scandinavian positions. Well, Yum keeps chipping away, trying to checkmate me. Brutal. He went b6. I'm surprised. You would think he would follow up with a5, a6 instantly. Maybe b5 wasn't smart actually. Maybe I should have gone like bishop c7, maybe bishop b6. Keep things a little more wrapped up. Under wraps? I don't know. Sometimes I just make up words that sound Englishy, even though they might not make the most sense in the context. Here I haven't actually seen how to win after hg, hg, king g1, but I know my friend Shachonsky would just laugh at the idea of white opening the h-file, so I guess I'm gonna have to live with it in order not to be ridiculed by him. But I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do after hg, hg. Knight g3. Queen d5. And he does take. Alright, so I'm gonna have to checkmate you. I don't see how to do it instantly. So I'll first try to get a bit of a grip. Go f5. Keep this g4 pawn alive. Also stopping knight e4. I have a feeling I should actually have decent long-term attacking chances. But I'm not 100% sure. Rook e1, g5. Still a discussion about me beating weak opponents, winning 1 point per game. Yeah, that is my goal in life. Get 3200 on chess 24. Rook e7 is clever. Because gf, rook c7 and he stabilizes. Don't want that to happen. It's very double-edged, actually. Thought this double attack might be painful, but still a very tricky position even here. Oh yeah, he lost on time. Queen e1, I can just take, right? Queen e6, king b8. Yeah, white is not quite in time. Anyway, very interesting game against Yam. Let's play against Rodri Mujica. Sorry if I mispronounced that. From Argentina, another place on my bucket list where I really want to go. I've heard so many great things about Buenos Aires, Argentina in general. I speak fluent Argentinian, as we've discussed in the past. Que boludo, que pelotudo. So I can find my way around, but somehow I've never made it to Argentina. And I really hope I can go one day. h3. I was going to blitz out c5, but sometimes there's unpleasantness connected to bishop b8, followed by bishop b5 check. So I think I'll play it a little tighter. Go bishop e7. Oh, what does he want? He just wants to make us all go to sleep. I'm not sure. Even for London system standards, exchanging the light square bishops so early looks like a very solid thing to do. Let's put it that way. Anyway, the position is of course equal here. It's not like I'm better or anything. So, oh, and it's a 3-minute game. But I said 3 minutes is fine, because it's a birthday party after all. I'll start the good old minority attack b5, intending to get in b4 one of these days and create a weakness on the white king side, on the white queen side. And the position remains equal, but his attack has not progressed that far yet, so I don't mind my chances here. I have to think if I want to go b4 immediately. I have to think about takes, queen g3, but it looks like f6 keeps things quite well under control. So I'll go for it. Can I still take, or is queen g3, f6 still no issue? Now we see the fruits of this minority attack. He has weak pawns on b2 and d4. Problem is, since he did manage to provoke me to go f6, I also have a weakness on e6 and potentially on my king side. But still, things can't be too bad here. Not sure if I'm better, actually. This b2 pawn is potentially a passer, but I'm certainly not worse, and I will happily grind away in this position. Queen c8, weird move. Generally, it seems like Rodri is playing solidly, trying to play solidly, playing very quickly, but now he should be a little worse. And I have to find a way to improve my position, which might not be so easy. Must think of plan. Still trying to think of a plan. Oh yeah, the good thing is this bishop on c1 is very passive and he has to defend it with a queen, so he can't activate his queen so easily. Queen c3 is a move, but it does allow me to pick up a pawn. Here I have to figure out if I want bishop d4 or queen d4. I think I'll actually go bishop. Not sure if the ending was winning after queen d4, but this, it looks like my king is reasonably safe on g6. Well, my pieces remain more active than the white pieces. As usual, not sure I've done this the right way. Looks like I've actually helped him to activate a bit. Yeah, I've done this badly. Dumb me, but still a pawn up, so it's not hopeless yet. But yeah, this was not ideal. e4, queen f4, bishop e5. Not a lot of squares, right? If I can trap the queen, I will forgive myself for all my sins. Looks like it doesn't have any squares. And after e4, curiously, the queen didn't have anywhere to go. That's why Rodri Mujica resigns. And I pick up another pawn on my way. Another pawn too. That's actually true. First, you need the pawn first in order to pick up the point. On my road to 3200. Let's do it. Because clearly, yeah. What's going on? What are we discussing? Are we discussing Argentinian accents? I love our Argentinian sounds. The melody to the speech. It's beautiful. I've tried to master it, but I can't even speak Spanish. Well, I can speak Spanish, but I can't do the accent. So Argentinian is way out of my league. But I do enjoy the melody to it and the words. Like, I think it's a great language. Vos que haces? Well, I'm playing Palioxis. Nederlands vind ik ook heel leuk. My Dutch is also a sad project. But Dutch is a language I should actually be able to learn without too much hassle because it's so close to German and English. So if you speak German and English, really not that hard to pick up. Beetje Nederlands, just, do a lot of sounds and then use words that sound like correct. Grote, schwarmas, grotel, and you'll be fine. That's my interpretation of Dutch. I've hung around Holland quite a bit when I was in my late teens or early 20s. And I picked up some Dutch, but I've forgotten most of it by now. Problem with you Dutch people is you speak English too well, so there's never any reason to having to speak Dutch. But it's a language that I should be able to master. This actually is a bit of a common trick. If white goes knight c3 too early, as Palioxis did, then d5 is quite unpleasant because I'm always going to win a tempo later, kicking this knight. And here after knight c6, it's much nicer for me that he has his knight on c3 than if he had his knight on f3, for example. Because now after queen d1, I can push the knight around by going d4. Not sure where I'm supposed to put my bishop. e7, b4. I'll just develop as quickly as I can. Exchange this dude and castle. But I'm not sure I'm really punishing Palioxis for his many sins. Probably I'm not. I was intending knight f3, bishop h3, to be perfectly frank with you. But then he had knight g5 or bishop h7, so I don't think that was such a bright idea. He goes bishop g2, trying to go knight f3 and castles in peace. but I shall try to disturb the piece. Not sure how. Let's try to be annoying in one way or another. Alexander Potier says it's funny how in Dutch they say Gouda instead of Gouda. Yeah, it's their cheese, so they should be able to name it correctly. I think the rest of the world has it wrong calling it Gouda. It is Gouda, right? I don't know. And it looks like Palioxis got confused by my very deep pawn sacrifice d3. I didn't think it through as usual. If queen takes, I thought I can go queen a5, let's say queen c3, knight b4 maybe, and create some confusion before his king is out of the center. And while ed just looks ugly on general terms, probably rook e8 check is strong. So the best move I figure was e3, or the most natural move, or knight f3. But knight f3, do I have this? Maybe it's nothing. Yeah, I thought queen e2, rook e8. But maybe this is just fine for white. Maybe it's just some time here, which would be a great pity. His king is in the center, but he really needs only half a tempo to stabilize, and I have a feeling I'm not in time to pose any serious problems. King e3, for example, to go here. I'm threatening knight d4 check, so he has to still be a little careful. Yeah, this was not the way, because after king e3, now there is a rough awakening looming on c2. Poor Palioxis. And therefore Palioxis does have to resign. Thanks for the game. Who do we play next? I have a feeling... I have a lot of challenges, by the way. Thanks, guys, for the ongoing interest in these banter blitzes of me and many other people by now. Sitting here, playing games, talking nonsense. We appreciate it. And it's, frankly, it's in a way the easiest format for content generators like me, because you don't have to prepare for it, and it's quite enjoyable. It's a bit tempting to just keep doing it all the time, because the numbers, I'm a big numbers guy, big business guy here. The numbers tend to be better than if you do, like, let's say, an opening clinic. That is actually work. But yeah, we're gonna keep trying to bring more variety into these live shows. Here we have variety in form of the Belgrade Gambit. The line I learned as a kid is bishop e7, which is very solid. I think the move-by-move refutation is to go knight b4, but I never looked at it. Probably I should one day. But I learned that you can just do this and you're in good shape without having to know anything really. Knight takes d4 is best. And black takes, queen takes, knight d5, e d5. Is that the line? See, I don't know what I'm talking about. I think I was supposed to take on d5 first. Maybe it doesn't matter. Do I go c6, bishop f6 first? I don't know stuff. Looks like Craig Evans knows everything there is to know about this line. Don't you hate it when people know stuff? I get that feeling more and more. I used to know stuff, and now I'm facing more and more people that know stuff that I don't know. Celebrities, what do they know? Do they know stuff? Let's find out. And I understand that reference is getting annoying, but it's deeply immersed in my head. It's like the German word Ohrwurm, which you don't have a good word for in English, which is annoying. Literally it's earworm, but it means if a song is stuck in your head. For me it's not songs, but it's random quotes like that one from BoJack Horseman that I just can't get out of my head. Therefore you guys will be exposed to them constantly. I'm not sure if all of this is theory. Looks like Craig Evans knows more about the prestigious Belgrade Gambit than I know, which sometimes is the advantage if you play a nonsensical gambit. No, some offense meant. Like the Belgrade Gambit, you will probably know more than your opponents, because who has the time to study all this nonsense if there's so many good openings that one should worry about? But there is a price to pay. If your opponent only has 5 minutes to prepare, and he sees you can play the Belgrade Gambit, and he switches on his computer, sees knight b4 minus 0.30, or whatever it says, then yeah, you're giving up a lot. Speaking of giving up a lot, the pawn grabber in me, which really is my most prominent alter ego wants to go bishop b2, rook b1, queen f6. But after queen b3 I'm not really getting anywhere. So I have to play it more dully. Dully is not a word, is it? 206 says catchy song, yeah, that's the word. I don't think that's the word. Catchy song is a catchy song, but it's not exactly for a certain part of the song being stuck in your head. But I could be wrong. I'm always eager to learn. Not chess stuff, like who cares about chess stuff, but the English language. I'm always very interested in input. What do I want to do here? I have a feeling I want my queen roaming around the king side. One problem is after bishop c5 it might not make it all the way there, but I'll try nonetheless. I am preciso, says someone suggested a TV show in a previous Jan show, Occupied. Yeah, I want to see that. It's in Norwegian, right? I'm learning Norwegian anyway, so I put out inquiries on where I can find it. I haven't found it yet. It wasn't on, where did I look? TV2 and NRK. But if I can't get a hold of it, I'll certainly watch it. I've heard good things about it. Oh, did I miss ED? I'm being a bit careless here. Not sure if this is the end of the world, but I should have thought about it for a second before allowing all this. Well, let's make a virtue out of it. Now I have 3 versus 2 on the king side, and I will pretend to be able to put lots of pressure. But yeah, Craig Evans actually playing well. He quickly disillusions me with bishop f4, and there's no real kingside attack to speak of, unfortunately. Great pity. Rook d4. Yeah. Not that much to do. Blue car wonders just how famous is Magnus Carlsen in Norway. I think he's pretty famous. Like, not sure if he's the most recognizable Norwegian, but he's certainly up there. So yeah, he's very, very famous. Non Quixote is informing me earworm is a phrase in English. That I wasn't aware of. It's used in the USA? I didn't know that. King h1, I was planning to go queen b2. Can I do that, or am I losing lots of material after rook b1? No, rook b1 I can go queen b1. Rook d1, we'll find out. It was rook f1, fair enough, but not exactly threatening. Takes, or just go back. Probably just go back, yeah? I don't know. Murky stuff. I'll pre-move this. I'll be brave. Very brave. Currently pawn up by a. You can take on a5, and it's not clear if I really achieved anything. I have a feeling I need a luft. Problem is, if I make a luft, he's gonna make a luft, and I'm not sure who's gonna enjoy it more. Also, he has queen b4 as a bit of a threat. Yeah, basically I got nada. Queen b5 is a legal move. No, it's just an equal position. I'm gonna keep trying random things. I don't know, queen b4. He's hell-bent on exchanging queens, and it looks like I can no longer stop him. Rook a8 was a bit random, but I couldn't think of a better move. No, looks like we're headed towards a draw here. Rook f4, or what are you gonna do? Yeah. e3, king g1. Yep, there's just not much there. Rook e4 is even stronger than king g1. What to do? Am I gonna be a sportsman and give a draw? You know that's against all of my instincts. Fairness, not flagging. Problem is I'm not even ahead on the clock. I'll make some more moves, but I'll probably have to give a draw if it becomes 2 versus 2. Which is gonna be really hard to avoid. Rook e7, rook a2 at least. You know. Pawn endgame? That doesn't look exactly winning. Yup, not much to do. Actually, I'm probably gonna lose. I missed rook b1, b2. I've done this in the past. Just randomly play rook endgames for a win and just get crushed. Oh boy. Yeah, now I'm in trouble. Rook b5, king g4, rook g5. Nicely done, sir. And yeah, I don't know. This was, yeah, something's a little odd. But yeah, good game, Craig Evans. I'm gonna have to win 14 one-point games again. See, it's like a Sisyphus task. Rolling this. What did Sisyphus have to roll? Do I even mean Sisyphus? I think I do. That's what you get for pretending to be educated but not knowing your classics. Sisyphus. Ugh. Alright, let's play somebody else. Another Banter Blitz noob here. What about Basti92? Stone up a hill every day, I think is correct. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was a stone or what he had to roll. Let's look it up. Sisyphus. In Greek mythology, Sisyphus was the king of Ephyra, blah blah blah. And what did he have to do? Sisyphus and his brother Salmonius were known to hate each other. Yeah, I want the cliff notes. Where's a picture? Here looks like it's a round stone. In another drawing looks like he's carrying a rock on his shoulders. But yeah, let's go with stone up a hill. That's what I mean. Like winning rating against you people. It's like rolling a stone up a hill. Yeah, let's focus on Basti92. Probably Basti means he's called Sebastian. Basti is a common German. Not even a nickname. What do you call this? Short version. That's also not what you call it. Of Sebastian. 92. My best guess, it's his year of birth, which makes him a 25-year-old man, which is still crazy to me. Me being extremely old. Because I still think someone born in the 90s, like, can they talk? Are they going to school already? And then you figure out this is 25 years ago. Madness. As for the game, he's played some strange hybrid of G6 systems and E6 systems. Those things aren't as bad as they look, but they're still slightly strange. Now we have some weird Catalan position where instead of bishop E7, he's gone G6, bishop G7. Which I guess should favor me here. For knight e5, I'm just planning to recapture the pawn and have this long bishop in the distant future. Back and forth. Well, can I tell you, it looks like Mr. Pepe is not going to arrive in time to join the festivities. I'm just as sad about this as you are. But there's going to be plenty of shows over the weekend in Spanish, in English, in German, if I get around to do something in German. We'll have the whole crew here in Madrid and hopefully do some fun stuff to keep the celebrations going. I'm sorry if I did not make this very festive. Yeah, like pretending to be excited about a birthday or a fake party and go out there and yell, "Yay, happy birthday, everybody," is really not something that's in my DNA. So I'm sorry about that, but I appreciate that I'm still here, you guys are still here, Chess24 is still here, and there's still interest in all the little nonsense we're doing when it comes to chess commentary, videos, transmitting these tournaments, doing our little Banter Blitzes. It does mean a lot, so thanks guys for that. And by thanks guys, I of course mainly mean the premium members that keep helping this site rolling. And I do think that it's a very worthy investment if you want to improve as a chess player. If you don't want to improve, there's plenty of stuff for free, so you can just entertain yourself. But if you want to improve and like learn about openings or about chess in general, I believe there's tremendous value in the premium membership. And I'm done with my marketing speech, but I also do mean that. After e5, I wasn't sure if d5 is best or swapping down and then targeting this horsey, which after queen e5, which I'm expecting, looked a bit out of place after bishop e3, or bishop f4 first, maybe then bishop e3. I'm not sure. He goes bishop e5, which is possibly a better move than queen e5 actually. At least it stops me from executing my well-laid plan. Well-laid? Yeah, I don't know what to do anymore. f4, that's a little loose. Bishop c3, I don't know. Grandmaster thought processes. I don't know, yeah. I feel like I've done something slightly wrong. Or maybe very wrong. I'm going slightly mad. It finally happened. I'm slightly mad. And I'm a horrible singer. Knight fork. Karl Nehring is rightly pointing out that as a party animal, I'm a sloth. I do know what sloth is. I think I learned it from Nigel's article in New and Chess, Sedated Sloths. But yeah, I don't disagree. Not much of a party animal. I used to party more when I was younger, when I was less stuck with Weltschmerz. Do you have a good word for Weltschmerz in English? That's another good German word, actually. Alright, let's get this over with. Let's get the job done so that we can have fun. I have a feeling I'm all alone up in here. DBs, are you back? DBs is not back. No DBs, no Cuenca. Probably his flight is delayed. He was supposed to be here at 10. But you know what it is. I don't even know where he's coming from. Give me that. I'm assuming the game is over because I took a lot more material than Basti 92 can handle. But I could be wrong. Nah, I couldn't be wrong. Queen b6, just king h1, and he's still pinned on the c file. So there's not a lot to do. You can of course continue playing a rook down. And I'm pretty good being a rook up, as you will notice from my upcoming book on winning when you're a rook up. I'm gonna give you all the tricks on how to convert these 5 extra pawns, because that's how I think. Rook is 5 extra pawns, bishop is 3.5 extra pawns, horsey is 3.25 extra pawns, whereas that queen is like 9.5 extra pawns. You could argue it's 9, but I'm team 9.5 for the queen. Maybe 9, I don't know. It's tough. Extra pawn is like 1 extra pawn. That's more or less the metric system that I use. Craig Evans is on beer number 11 now. I'm not sure, Mr. Evans. That sounds like a lot of beers. Oh, there was a mouse slip. That's a bit unfortunate. Well, mainly because I'm giving people a reason to continue these games. Beating a rook down. But yeah, he doesn't take his chance. You should have taken that queen, Basti. Oh boy. I don't know how the chapter in my book on being a rook up is gonna look when it comes to blundering queens. Like, I don't know if I should even include that. I'm always looking for material on my rook up book, but this one I might have spoiled by giving my queen in one move and Basti not taking it. Maybe it's like psychological thing that he didn't really believe in his chances anymore, a rook down, but we never know. Anyway, game is over. Thanks for playing, Mr. Basti 92. Let's play another game of chess, because that's how we do it. How about Abraham Merayo number 9 from the Spains, España. Delavadova is complaining about losing his NBA Finals MVP. Couldn't agree more. We are playing the Gioco Piano against Abraham Merayo. Of course, the main move here is bishop h, bishop to c5. But a move I have a soft spot for, and I don't think it's bad, is the move h6. The point is you want to go g6, bishop g7, but if you go g6 immediately, then it's going to be a bit unpleasant having to deal with knight to g5. So starting with h6 and then going for g6, d6, bishop g7 is a way to keep some more pieces on the board and reach a quite playable position. I've played this in serious games. I don't think it's a bad line. I don't think it's a great line. Bishop c5 is probably better, but it's a way, you know, to keep some more spice in the proceedings. Spice it up, yo. He goes d4. Fair enough. I'm not sure about queen e7 actually. But it is a legal move, which is all you could really hope for. I am Preciso is mentioning my lack of tie. Maybe you're right. I'm probably stronger with a tie. That's why I like to play the Thailand Open. But today I felt I should dress up for the birthday celebrations and not wear a tie. I can take a pawn, right? Does it get boring watching me grab pawns? Probably it does. But h6 is hanging, so I shouldn't. I shall instead try this. Wow, Carnering, did it autocorrect Delhi to delay? Alright, instead of idling, I should probably have considered my options after d5, which I have not. Bishop f3, dc6, there's nothing obvious, which is a pity. So what do I do? Like b4 looks like sort of the wrong direction. I don't have a great square for this horsey, do I? Maybe I just have to go back home. Very sad though. Why are we so low on time? It's a 3-minute game? At least I realize now. Sometimes you realize too late. It's too late. Not sure what happens after queen c7, but I have a feeling it's not the end of days. Now it might be the end of days. Yeah, I'm not sure I have enough after queen c7. He does believe me, which is nice. Yeah, things haven't gone according to plan here. Probably slightly worse now. Or hang on, I'm not sure I should pre-move this. Maybe queen e5 is better. Rook c8 is such an ugly move, but I can't think of anything better. Still, I don't feel very smart when I play moves like that. In general, my instincts in these King's Indian Benoni-esque positions aren't always great. Like blundering this pawn. Why did I do that? I literally missed that he can take on f5. I don't think literally fits there. I just missed it. He once again takes me at my word, which is pleasant, but I'm not sure how often I can get away with this anymore. We're both down to 30 seconds, so it's time to speed up a little bit, which I shall do. This is unfortunate for Abraham Marayo, who played a very good game and who could just have taken, as far as I can see, after my blunder on f5 twice. And I'm more or less resigning. Well, I wouldn't have resigned, obviously, but I could more or less resign. Anyway, good game. Now here's something outside. Anybody home? And yeah, the monkey on my t-shirt does see those blunders coming and just puts his head down in shame. I can't show you guys the chessboard, right? I have to lean back too much. But it is a beautiful t-shirt, which I've worn in the past. I bought it in Thailand last year. And yeah, I'm normally not much into chess clothing. Well, this t-shirt I do enjoy. Alright. Let's play Comandante M. Hey, Pepe, ven aquí. It looks like just in time for the final celebrations. The guys are back, but they're ignoring me. Probably they're afraid to disturb this very important Banter Blitz session. And you know how they are, especially Pepe. They are very shy guys. They don't like to bother anybody or yell or create any unnecessary noise, so I don't think they will dare to enter the studio. Cuenca, ¿estás por ahí o qué? Ven, que tus fans te están ahí, están gritando ya. Pasa, tío.
¿Cómo está?
Yo bien. Aquí está. Superstar, Pepe Cuenca. How you doing?
Fine, I just arrived.
Where are you coming from?
I don't even know. So, Sweden.
Sweden? Wow.
Yeah,
what are you doing in Sweden?
You know, just relaxing a little bit. I had an interview there, so yeah.
So this last night in Sweden hashtag was all you, the terror attacks in Sweden?
Yeah, it was not me, but could be.
So
how
that
is
explains
Spain
everything.
treating you?
Spain, it's hot in here, isn't it? In the studio in Madrid, it's like I'm melting.
Terrible, yeah, this is terrible.
Else I enjoy when I arrived it was 13 degrees, which for my standard is the warmest I've seen for like 6 months. And DBs was telling me, frío por lá, no podemos salir. No, I'm happy.
So you came from Hamburg, yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome. So how's life there?
Life is good, you know. Like
crushing.
life is changing.
Yeah, no, I know.
The kid and the house, all that
Has
stuff.
the kid.
He's
He's already
great.
2 months or something?
No, much older. 6 months almost.
6 months.
Time goes by.
So he can talk. He can say something.
Nah, she talks a lot.
Daddy,
Like I'm not sure the words make a lot of sense, but she likes to communicate. We have a lot of conversations.
So you are about to finish, or you still have to go for 1 more hour or 2 more hours?
No, I was about to finish. I
okay.
think we're set till midnight.
Okay.
What do I do here? Bishop
I want to
f5,
make you work.
g6.
Yeah, bishop f5 looks good. Look at those two.
G6, I don't know.
You just
Comandante M, Comandante is very solid, you know?
Comandante from Argentina.
Argentina. Pablo Marcos Merlo. Muy sólido.
Muy sólido.
Qué boludo,
Qué
comandante.
boludo. Yeah, boludo, pelotudo.
Yeah, those are the two,
The two words
only
everybody knows.
Argentinian words I know. But they're very useful. 95 or do I have to go A4? Now let's go 95. So what have you been up to? You've been playing a lot of chess?
I was playing and losing 60 points
Oof.
in 3 months.
Ooh.
I was in 2540 and now I'm back to 2480. So I want to become a FIDE master again. That's my
I see.
target.
I know this is gonna sound cynical and people aren't gonna like it. I think long term best thing that could have happened to you.
Yeah.
Else you get to 2600, you think, oh, I should really try this chess thing, and like,
I forget
ugh.
my engineering stuff. now.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
No, you can focus on the real
The
deal.
important stuff, yeah.
Here I misplayed this. Yeah, I should have done something else. Now, Comandante M is in good shape. I think after A6, probably I'm supposed to go A4, not to allow this.
Yeah.
Because 95 looked tempting, but after G6, I don't know what to do. Anyway. Normally I just talk nonsense and I try to win on time.
That's
It's not
what
like
we
I
all
really
do.
care.
So.
Yeah. No, earlier we had Nino Anton, he was being very tough.
Yeah, he did the first Banter Blitz in English, right?
Yeah, Nino speaks good
Yeah,
English now.
Nino speaks quite a good English, yeah. And now he's a superstar, so...
Of course, yeah. Every day there's periodistas interviewing him. Like today, he had like an 8-hour interview.
Yesterday he
Last
was
night
in the
on
radio in
Exactly.
one of the most important programs in Spain.
No. Thanks, no?
You know, now all the girls start coming to him, you know, Niño, can I take a picture and so on.
Yeah. It's
He crossed the line, let's say like this.
celebrity overnight, El
Yeah.
Nino. But he deserves it. He did
Yeah, of
great
course,
in
yeah.
Gibraltar. And he's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
very strong player. And he's less cabron than the normal chess player.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, like Nino is buena gente.
Yeah, it's not, yeah, you're right.
I shouldn't say it in English so he doesn't get. Oh, you can probably understand Spanish. Hang on, people are teaching us Argentinian. I'm Hansen 23. Yeah, that phrase I know actually. I'm not sure I can repeat it on the air, but I do know that one. Che boludo, déjate.
Dejate.
Déjate, oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah. Vos que haces? It's very.
So you're gonna play something? Just Bundesliga.
No, Thailand Open is coming up.
Ah, in
Thailand
April.
Open
yeah.
in April.
Paco
I'm
is
already-
going as well?
No, I don't think
No.
Paco is going. He's skipping this year.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
busy, you know, with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Grand, Grand Prix stuff he's playing. Then,
Like
you know,
Giri, yeah?
he's exactly like Giri. We solid the Paco. Little New York boy. You haven't do anything embarrassing? I never do anything embarrassing. What are you even talking about? So you played in Sweden and you still found time to do
No,
lots
no,
of Banter
no, no,
Blitzes?
no.
I don't know you were doing
I do
some
Banter
side
Blitz
stuff,
from
yeah?
everywhere now, you know?
Beautiful.
I have my little microphone and my little camera. It
Little
looks
road
like
kit.
it works, yeah? So.
Perfect. Let's take some more pawns. The problem with my chess style is I never do anything exciting ever. I just try to take pawns and
I'm like you, but a worse version, you know? So.
that's the spirit.
So not sacrificing, not gambits.
No attacks, nothing ever happens. Just grabbing pawns and trying not to blunder. Niels Fro wants us to play some hand and brain. Okay, last game.
Okay.
We'll play some hand and brain. What
Let's
happened with
do it.
Paco? Another tablas or not?
I think
No, draw today was rest day,
he
no?
made a draw. No, today he made a draw against Aronian.
Ah,
I think,
okay.
Yeah. Yesterday was the rest day.
Oh, right. No, I've seen it. Yeah, he was playing Aronia.
Yeah,
Very solid. It's not bad actually. Draw with
Yeah,
Black against
of course,
Aronia.
yeah. It's the first tournament. It's
Mm-hmm.
good to have some confidence later. So. Let's see. You think he's got chances or
Chances to do what?
chances to qualify?
It's only 2 qualifiers,
Yeah,
no?
this
Nah,
is-
it's tough.
it's
But I don't
very
think that's his goal. But you
Yeah.
know, to win some rating, win some money, establish himself as
Yeah.
still being very able to play with these top guys. It's important too. But you never know. Maybe he has chances. But okay, he's not a favorite. There's so
Yeah.
many strong players. What's going on? Why is he playing so quickly? He's in time travel, not me.
Yeah.
That's how I like it.
Ooh.
Weltschmerz wants a t-shirt like that. Yeah, you have to go to Thailand.
Oh, I didn't realize.
It's
This
a
is from
beautiful
Thailand?
t-shirt. Yeah, I bought it in
Okay.
Thailand. It wasn't cheap, like
Okay.
€2.
Thailand
Okay,
Open,
come on,
yeah.
okay.
Hard life.
Why aren't you playing the Thailand Open?
I don't know. I'm not like a big fish like you, so I don't get invitations to the exotic places.
Hey, but-
So what can I do? Just have to play in some shit village in Spain, you know.
What are you talking about? So many beautiful villages in Spain. Oh, I missed Queen F6. I was trying to control everything. No, I'm not controlling everything anymore.
Knight D5, what happens?
Well, you can give a check. It's not
Yeah,
like I'm
that's-
losing, but he has a check, which I don't like that. See? He gives it.
Yeah. So you're gonna do some Spanish Banter Blitz this weekend, or you're
I
just...
told DBs I'll do
No.
anything he wants me
Okay.
to do. Spanish, Catalan, no problem.
Oh, you wanna take all the pawns, yeah? You're so
Yeah, I
greedy.
told you that's what I do. And Commandante resigns. Okay, let's play one game of Hand and Brain. How does that even work?
Somebody tells the moves and the other one just tells knight or bishop or whatever. The other, what do you
Okay.
wanna be?
So you're the brain?
Okay,
I'll be the hand.
let's do it!
Let's play somebody. Let's not make it too easy, so let's play somebody strong.
Okay,
Stoic Braun.
alright. So,
Dime. I'm gonna insist on one rule though. If we're down to 30 seconds, I can just play.
okay, perfect. Pawn. Knight.
Hang on. This is the wrong camera.
Okay.
Here we go. Sorry.
Knight. You wanna hide me? My
No.
ugly face, knight. Bishop. Pawn.
This is tough.
Pawn.
I feel I can cheat if the move I want to play, I just hover with the mouse. Problem is, since I'm...
King.
I like our position.
Rook.
I think we've solved our opening problems.
Yeah. This is tough for me normally. So bishop.
I don't know what to do anymore though. I feel like we solved the opening problems. But no,
Pawn. Pawn.
You're just gonna keep saying pawn until I
Yeah,
move
pawn.
the pawn you want me to move? Okay.
All right. Let me think. Bishop.
Bishop. This.
Why not?
No, I think I'm allowed to pre-move this.
Yeah,
no?
yeah. You are. So 3,000 men already?
No, I cheated because I was Banter Blitz. I was around 2890, but then I decided we need this storyline. Will Jan reach 3,000 or fall from 3,000?
You
So
played-
I played some games without talking about them. And
Okay.
turns out I'm better at chess when I don't have to talk about
Bishop.
it. Where? You have to
You
tell
have
me
to
where
decide.
to.
It, yeah, that's my only job is just to not to lose the piece on the spot. So queen.
Fair enough. Now Pepe is the brains and the muscles. I'm just the mouse. The button, as they say in the mafia.
Stoy Cabron. His name is Stoy Cabron from Mexico.
I didn't read. I was thinking, what is this? Is it about LeBron James? But now it all makes sense. But come on.
We're playing in
If
Mexico,
you know-
actually. Did
I
you
heard
see
you're
it?
going. Yeah. Sounded like a good trip.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Pass away. Okay.
Wow, very subtle bishop c1.
Okay. Pawn.
What do you want?
Just
I
wanna
know
go
you.
aggressive,
You wanna
yeah.
push. You're very pushy. This is the first time in my life I played
Pushy,
g5.
Alright, so bishop. You see it now? The
Still
idea.
don't see it. Jalfred Prufrock wonders, Pepe, what kind of engineering do you do?
I don't know.
We don't have time for this. After the game.
Banter Blitz engineer.
Banterneering.
Knight.
Ale.
Pre-move with a pawn.
Free move, pawn takes. However you take. Rook takes, I'm going
Yeah.
DE. Knight takes, bishop
Whatever.
takes. Any capture.
Ooh. Okay. Pawn.
After this Pepe, he just arrived from a long trip. Let the man relax a little bit. Tomorrow,
Yeah,
we'll
tomorrow.
do plenty of shows. Did you eat dinner?
No,
I'm starving. Do they have
Okay,
food
let's-
here after midnight?
of course. This is Spain, man. This is not Germany.
Ah.
Germany closes. The whole Germany closes at 7.
10:30. 10:30. Let's be fair. Like, okay, you have to order before 10.
Online bestellen.
But I've been here before. It's not that easy to find food after midnight.
Yeah.
There's some VIPs, but we have to walk.
Yeah, beefs
and,
until 3 a.m. always
yeah,
works.
yeah.
Okay, bishop.
We have all your props here. I really haven't done anything exciting.
Look at this. We have a lot of things here. You know, so.
Tell me how to recapture.
With the pawn, I like it. Well, okay. So you want me to kick your head or?
I want you to tell me moves.
Pawn.
Which one?
Which pawn always solves the problem?
Ah, you want the
Facundo,
Facundo?
Yeah.
I'm not so sure.
Bishop.
My rule is never move the Facundo pawn. Never, ever.
Bishop. I don't know. I think we are crushing.
Yeah, we're right.
Pawn.
More Facundo?
No Facundo. Okay, rook. Queen.
Sanded brain is much easier than playing for myself. I'm much stronger. I just have to move the queens.
Yeah.
Oof, bishop f5. We still have to think.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay, pawn.
Vamos.
Vamos ahí. King. That was easy for me.
Enough.
Wait.
Wait.
Wei Yi. Okay, queen.
Who knows?
Pawn.
Maybe f3, but I'm not that aggressive.
Yeah. Wait. Queen. No. Wait.
I'm waiting.
I want to do something.
You do
Nice.
whatever makes you happy.
No, it's not that. Yeah, bishop. 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 That's it.
I didn't calculate. I hope you did all the calculating.
Rook. I hope I did something not so stupid, but looks like
It works, no?
yeah.
Winning by pinning.
Winning my pinning, my friend. Rook. Rook pre-move.
Toma.
Rook. King. King. Yeah. Rook. Bishop. Rook.
Ah, sorry. My flagging
Rook.
instincts are kicking in.
Rook. Rook. Bishop. Bishop. That's it.
Oof. Excitement. Good game, Mr. Pepe. I think this hat makes me look a lot more,
Yes.
a lot tougher. Okay, that brings us to the end of this very exciting birthday show. Yeah, we'll do more over the weekend. I'm not sure if we have a schedule, but we'll do stuff,
No,
right?
it's
Like, this is
Spanish,
Spain. We don't
yeah,
plan.
we don't have schedule. We just do it.
Yeah, show up. Like, not before noon.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting Chess24. 3 years old already. Thank you for being a premium member, so we can keep doing these things, so we can afford
This
this
kind
stuff.
of
You
things.
think this is
Not
cheap?
that cheap, yeah.
Actually, it looks.
Made
There's a
of
price on
wood
it. Yeah?
from Africa,
See,
you know.
like
So.
still has a price tag on it. It's $4.95.
Really?
So
That
half a
much?
premium membership right there. So you know your money is going to a good place. Anyway, thank you guys for watching the show. I hope you enjoyed this birthday short marathon. People are yelling at us that they want us to do a banter-ton again. It's so tough to do. I told them, like, it's no fun for you or for us.
Yeah.
But we'll try our best to keep these guys entertained. Stay tuned for more ratatatata.
Yeah.
More.
See you. Have fun.
I can put on this video, in case you missed it. You can switch off now, or better, you can watch this video again of 3 years of chess, 2015, 14, 15, 16. Check it out.
There's a lot of John in the video.
Not enough.
mean, I thought it was a 5-minute game for some reason. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh man. Okay. This is bad. This is like a first date, and you're really nervous. Oh man. Oh man. This is. You guys are killing me. Can you guys be a bit gentler, please?
Bishop B2?
If I want to make a draw, I just play Bishop F7 and change. And
Yeah, but again, I thought
I
Bishop
was trying,
H7.
I don't know, here I'm not sure I did it in the right way.
Bishop
I
H7,
wanted
there was
G5,
some-
but G5 I was G5 maybe immediately.
Wow, that is a cute finish, and congratulations to the old and new world champion.
Yeah,
Wow.
I keep on. I know it's a minor point, but this actually is incredibly impressive, considering just
For the history books, this is a big one.
considering just how winning the position after Queen G3 is. To go for this with 2 minutes on the clock, to be so sure in your calculations to go for this, I'm very impressed.